Good morning. Welcome back. It's another early morning show coming to you late. I slept into 5 because this early morning show, just tell you why, this early morning show is on steroids today. And I seriously mean this is on steroids. Why? I wound up with poison ivy. Now it's starting to go away, but talked about last week. I thought maybe I got it, maybe I didn't. Well, once I began to travel, I noticed it was itching, and then more red, and pretty soon everything starts to inflame up, and both arms getting really itchy, and go, well, damn it. Generally I can block that kind of stuff out. It doesn't bother me. It was got bad, so they gave me steroid cream, they gave me steroid pills. So I know you're saying, man, you are buff. You're looking good. You're right. I'm pumped up. I understand, I should be in the Olympics right now, except we didn't have them. I could do the Tour de France. They love steroids in the Tour de France. Russian Olympic team, I could be part of it right now, I'm telling you. What it does, though, is I actually am sleeping better because it kills my back pain. So, hey, it's all good until I start growing hair everywhere wrong or other things happen to me. So, that's what we got going on. Taking off this week, we're heading down over to Denver. My son there's my son. My son and his fiance Kim. They're getting married on Saturday, so it's our first wedding. Had to call this weekend to tell some of my brothers and sisters, your kids, you're going to have to leave them home. I mean, they're all old, but we keep having to cut it back because of the COVID. And so, regretfully, this beautiful occasion, it's my first wedding. It's the first kid in my family to get married, so it's a big deal. But she's from northern Michigan. She's an Ooper. That's what we call a northern Michigan person, Ooper. Most of her family is not going to be attending. They're going to kind of do something else with her family. So it's tough. And anybody who's having that, if you had a funeral, it's terrible time. It's the way it is. What are you going to do? Still extremely delighted, so happy. I tell you, I couldn't be more excited for this weekend. They asked me a year ago to do a speech. Dad, can do a speech? If you want, that'll give you a year to prepare it. No problem, son. I've yet to prepare a thing. It's there. It's like doing a YouTube video. You just turn it on and away you go. Except, and I'm sure I can mispronounce most everything. But let's talk about some music this week. I had a video. I put it out on Friday, and I did show this. I'll just show it again. The MC5. This actually originally came out in 2018, this box set. And it's of those 3 MC5 albums, red, white, and blue vinyl. This time, though, they gave you the book, the Wayne Kramer book, which I have it in my bookcase, and an autograph of Wayne Kramer that you can put in the book. So that was the extra they put in they probably had some of these extra laying around. I was not moving, so what should we do? Give them a book with an autograph. Throw in some extra money on it. Could be marketing, whatever. The book sold me, so I got that. So it's the 3 MC5 albums. They're nice. Yeah, let's look at it. You got the backwards. I'm not going to pull it all out, but the only thing is, it would have been nice if they'd done something with the inserts. It's kind of basic. There's a 1-page sheet on it. I mean, I got the Wayne Kramer book. It came from Rhino, so I was happy to get that. Then I got this in. We'll just take out La La Land. I lost my La La Land. I did keep the vinyl. This one, though, was the limited edition blue. Very pretty blue. Now, makes this thing special. Got an extra sleeve, and it's signed by Hurwitz. So the guy who did the music and the lyrics for La La Land, Hurwitz, autographed copy. Pretty excited about that. Still one of my all-time favorite movie soundtracks. Absolutely love the music. It's bright, it's poppy, it's happy. Makes you want to sing, makes you want to dance. Found this, I believe, down in Toledo. Miles Davis Water Babies. It's a promo. This came out in the 70s, but white label promo. But the music was from the 60s. It's just stuff that hadn't been released. So I think always in the 70s, when Miles was in his funk and fusion period, the albums were coming in with these different types of cartoons, showing, in inner city life. And so when this came out, it looked like it would be probably one of his funk fusion albums of the 70s. But in effect, it is actually music from the 60s. Great stuff on here. It's Davis trumpet, Herbie Hancock keys, Tony Williams drums, Ron Carter bass, Wayne Shorter soprano, tenor sax. It's his second great quintet that's playing. So if you like that 60s Miles Davis more than the fusion, don't let the cover scare you away. That's what you're going to get. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the albums, the ones where I will blab for a while about each one. So let's go with Canada. We're kind of messing around with some different stuff today. Let's go to Canada. Canada, eh? This is for my nephew. I got a nephew up in Canada, Blues Guy Vinyl, Chris. Not really my nephew, but calls me Uncle Steve, so I hope I'm not the creepy Uncle Chris. I brought two albums in. This was their first album. It's from the group Dizzy. And this is Baby Teeth. Dizzy is from Ostawana, Ontario. Probably said that one wrong. 2015 they formed, and they are playing now. And they just released a second album, which I will be showing you. And just one shake of a lamb's tail. Nothing special on the inner sleeve. So this is a quartet. The vocalist is Katie Munshaw. She sings vocals. And then the instrumentalists are Alex McKenzie and Charlie Spencer. So three brothers. Actually, Katie and Charlie, they met in high school. They sang choir together. And so then they just, they became friends. And after school, instead of college, hey, you want to do a group? Okay, I'll get my two brothers to join it, and away you go. And then Baby Teeth, then the group was formed. Baby Teeth, their first full album, came out in 2019. The music is dream pop. I think I would best describe it. But it's about the lyrics, about confusion and sadness of the late teens on this album. I mean, it really gets kind of dark. There's these beautiful heavenly melodies going on, and then these dark songs about insecurity and resentment, fear of failure. It's all wrapped up into this, done in a poppy, dreamy kind of way. Her vocals are very beautiful. So that one came out in 2019. So then this is the one I got. I pre-ordered this. Now, one of you showed this. I wish I could remember who it was, but I don't. And I apologize, so please tell me. But they showed Baby Teeth. Could have been Sam from the Vinyl Douche. I'm not positive. Probably one of my Canadian buddies up there. But this one came out, just came out. It's called The Sun and Her Scorch. So this is I bought this right from their site. Got that. Beautiful, kind of cool. And it came, look at this. It has some goodies. And we got a Dizzy patch. I have some Dizzy stickers. I have one of those choice things, you make it into like a diamond or something, and you move it around, you get a certain number, and you get a certain choice, and it says like, lead your guilt into the lake, practice forgetfulness. Oh, that's good. We have lay your lump in your throat to rest, let your eyelids sink in slow, keep the light things within reach, the rockets, the sun, the birds, the trees. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's inspirational. So I had that. So here we got the second album, The Sun and Her Scorch. And here she really, again, examines qualities about herself that she's not proud of. And the lyrics are, again, dark, and I'll play you a snippet. Let me just read you. How's this? yeah, let's just start. The very first song's called Worms. Reach your hand down to me, and I will bite it. I've been sleeping with the worms, and I'm used to it. Shine your light down to me, and I'll cling to it. I've been sleeping with the worms. I got used to it. Here's how do you think you'll die? I asked you point blank on Tuesday night. Easy for you to say. In your sleep or hot wires, the meds that sedate, the hitman for hire. Huh? Would you recall me when you get this? I know that there's nothing left to fix. I just wanted to hear your voice. Would you meet me on Beatrice? That's not as dark, but this is again. It really gets deep with these dark lyrics, but yet the music. She has a beautiful voice, and I'll play you a snippet. And it's really, but she has a darkness about her. And that's what you hear off of here. So these wonderful pop grooves, some of it's light, it's snappy, it's buoyant instrumentals, but then these vulnerable lyrics. Enjoyed it, really liked it. I'm glad I bought both albums from the group Dizzy out of Canada. Lionel Richie sent me this one. Cumbria Psychedelic Volume 1. That word right there. Comes on a nothing much there. Did come with a little insert. A little bit about it. So Cumbia Psychedelica Volume 1. It's music out of South America. And this is Peruvian. So this is Peruvian music. And it came out of South America in the 60s. So cumbia is more of that South American music. Certain instruments are used. It really deals with a rhythm with one particular instrument leading. And in this case, it's always the guitar. And then in come the lyrics. The lyrics are kind of secondary to the rhythm, to the trance that's being made. And when you hear just the percussion, and it's just this trance type feel. Well, so that was a big part. But then, of course, the 60s, the garage rock, fuzz guitars, the organs, all that became, they were getting excited. Like in Africa, except they started earlier. Africa really began in the 70s taking this stuff over. South America, you have this, and then going into the 70s. I think of Papa Blues. This is just a really cool one out of the 70s down in Argentina. And I've picked up a few others. Colombia was making amazing music at this time. Brazil, York Ben was suddenly changing his style to more of the psychedelics. So everything was changing. This you can find on Bump Records. It's super good. I just totally enjoyed it. Final Richie, you just sent this, and it was it was immediate. The guy knew exactly what I would be digging. Super good album came out. So if you like that garage rock, the psychedelic rock of the 60s, check out Bump Records. Find this. It's also in your record stores. Super good stuff. Thank You by Richie. Here's another one. And Combo Chimbita. Combo Chimbita? We'll just call it that. And the name of the album's Mole. I tend to buy albums of groups that I probably can't pronounce. Or, yeah, I just can't. I don't know. I'm attracted to that. And also to the album artwork, which is why I bought this. That just really grabbed my eye. This is a quartet. They're out of New York, but they're first generation New Yorkers. Their families came from Colombia. So they got together, they met in school, and during school they began to play music. And they had this big love of metal, of psych, of funk and soul. So they began to put it together with the music kind of from Colombia. Now, the title, Amole, however you say it, it is what it means. It's and adore. You adore your ancestors. And it's a search of spiritual awareness, which is what they look at on here. The vocalist, Corina Oliviers, she just has these powerful vocals. And if you can hear in the background, it's this album that is playing currently. This is they did an EP in 2014. This album came out in 2017. It's fun stuff. It's just mixing the Colombian sound with psychedelic jams and with really spacey synth sounds. And they take in a lot of synthesizer and they start to interweave it in there to give a real spacey feel to it. Very interesting music. And just something different that's out there that's just kind of fun to explore. So play a sample of that. Samples. Let me just tell you, things change. For those of you that like to do samples and you used to be able to kind of check or you get frustrated, here's what I'm doing. So I decide what albums I'm going to sample. I know Miles Davis is a no. Almost any jazz album is going to be a no. Led Zeppelin, you might as well forget it. Eagles, oh hell, you're going to go to jail. But you take the albums that you think you want to sample. Get those samples, put them together, just a tiny little video, just put them together. Put it on, send it to YouTube as private. YouTube will then take it, they'll tell you what samples you can't use. You don't get a strike because it's private, so they don't give you a strike. You go in, now you know which ones I can't use, delete that video, go back and on your video put in the ones that are allowable. Easy peasy. I used to look it all up. I like that, but this works out fine. So that is an easy way to do samples on your video and not have to worry about strikes. See, once in a while it can be educational. Let's talk about Thelonious Monk here. This was sent to me by John Bolger, and he is out of Europe. Ireland, I think. Jeez, John, I hope I didn't say that one right. But John sent me a whole lot of jazz. I mean, it was a big box of jazz from overseas, and this was one of his. This is a German pressing of Thelonious Monk, Misterioso. And it's off Riverside. It's a repress, just in superb condition. The album originally came out in 1958, and it's a live album from the jazz club The Five Spot. And in 57, Monk was trying to get back into the business. What happened in 51? The police had stopped. He was in a car and he was with Bud Powell's girlfriend. Well, there was a joint, I believe, that was in the car. And so they're accusing Monk of it, and Monk just took the blame. He wasn't going to rat out Bud Powell. He wasn't going to put him in trouble, and so he got arrested. He lost his license to play in the New York clubs. Well, in jazz, you're going to play in, New York is where you're going to make money. So suddenly he didn't have this license to play, and so he didn't do much. Well, he finally got it back, and in '57 was trying to reestablish himself. And the 5 spot was very good, and they were allowing him to play in there. So in '58, he did this live recording. On it, there is Johnny Griffiths on tenor sax, which is excellent. Ahmad Abdul Malik on bass. Roy Haynes on drums. Most of it are original on here. You can see what he does. He always does, one of his favorites is Just a Gigolo. He likes to put that in. Even here on Nutty, it starts off, and also he goes into Surrey with the Fringe on top. Monk's playing is different because he uses chords that some people go, God, did he hit a wrong note? Was that wrong? He throws, it might be a major, so he throws something minor key type in there, so it just has this odd sound. But that's how Monk played. But everybody else, they get into this great groove, and there's just a lot of passion within the playing. Very nice, pretty upbeat album. Really enjoyed it. He was trying to make his comeback, and he was doing it. The picture is called The Seer by Chirico, I believe. Came out in 1915. Misterioso, about mist and mystery, which is what he was trying to say. There's all of this as you're trying to understand. We unveil the mist of the mystery that's within this album. Nice stuff. Fun listen to. This one picked up. This is the Black Cat Trail. This came off the Mamlish label. This is for you, Chris, the blues guy, my nephew. This is it's a post-war compilation. It came out in 1970. But after the war, all the African Americans down south began to move north to the factories. And so they took their blues, which is specific for that region, moved them into the cities, to Chicago, to Detroit, when the cities began to form their own styles. This was looking at this blues before they got into that particular style. So they were getting into the cities, but yet it was more for their particular region, the different players. And you have on here, you have Elmore James, Big Boy Spires, Johnny Howard, Slim Pickens plays on here, Snooky Pryor, Black Diamond, Chicago, Sonny Boy, and others. It's a nice compilation of various blues songs. This is in really, really good shape. Very happy to hear it. Historical document of the blues before it really got totally electrified. There is electrified, definitely blues in here, but it's not what you think of the Muddy Waters and the Howling Wolf. It's still a little bit different, more stripped down, more rural.
I know nothing but the devil made my baby change the way. I know nothing but the devil made my baby change the way. My baby got to be a notoriety woman. You know she ain't no earthly good.
Couple more to go. Cramps, Hanky Panky. About this, it's a live album from 1996. They're releasing all kinds of Cramps albums from radio shows, and that's where this was from. It's in Denmark. They did a radio show there in '96, and it was after the album Flame Job was done. So we have Lux and Poison Ivy doing their thing on a nice live set, plus there's interviews. I'm just a sucker for the Cramps. I pick up most everything that I find of theirs, so this was no difference. What a fun group. Miss the Cramps. I saved their vinyl. I just have, it's almost just on white sleeves. Finally, I picked up another Baby Wood Rose. Oh man, I can't even think of the year this came out. This came out in the, maybe 2014, 2015 could have been. Very psychedelic on Bad Afro Records. Just Baby Wood Rose. I've talked about this a number of times. Just a couple weeks ago, I received another one. Got another one in now. They do covers on this. It's okay. You know what? If I had one to say, if you're looking at Baby Wood Rose, this wouldn't be where I would start with unless you like covers. Like the Fortune Teller, Emily's on here, Hologram, No Mas, Open Your Heart. It is just more of a covers type thing. They just kind of sat around and they said, hey, why don't we do this? And that's what they did. I was trying to see, do I have a... No, nothing else on here. So, good. It's still Baby Wood Rose. It's psychedelic. It's fun. But, again, more of a covers thing. That's the update, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. There will be a show. I'm going to be in Denver next week. But I have never missed a Sunday morning show. By gum, we're not going to start now. I'll just be on a different time. I'll be 2 hours later, so I don't know. I'll be close. Mazzy. I don't know if Mazzy's still watching. I tend to put him to sleep, I think, after a while. But I'll be closer to his time zone. We'll be in Rocky Mountain time, so I don't know. But very excited. The Poison Ivy should be done. I think I'll be ending my steroids by then. But I'll be buffed. I'm going to be looking so damn good. It's amazing. It's kind of nice to sleep, so... Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful week because I'm going to. Bye.